She stood on her head in the interrogation room. She sang Christmas songs while police investigated a brutal murder scene. And then she tried to sell a story about ninjas. This is Jodi Arias, the woman who photographed herself killing her boyfriend and then went to Starbucks. Hello everyone, I'm Nikki and welcome back to the Story Jungle. Today, we are diving into one of the most chaotic, bizarre, and heavily documented cases in true crime history, the murder of Travis Alexander. This isn't just a story about a breakup gone wrong. This is a psychological thriller come to life. We have a manipulator who changed her story 3 times. We have a camera found in a washing machine that revealed the truth. And we have a courtroom drama that glued millions of people to their TV screens. Travis Alexander was 30 years old, a successful motivational speaker and a devout Mormon living in Mesa, Arizona. Friends described him as charismatic, funny, and full of life. He was the kind of guy who wanted to be a leader. In September 2006, at a business conference in Las Vegas, he met Jodi Arias. Jodi was 26. An aspiring photographer with a quiet, artistic vibe. They hit it off immediately. But what started as a passionate, long-distance relationship quickly turned into a nightmare. Jodi wasn't just in love, she was obsessed. When Travis tried to set boundaries or break up with her, she didn't take it well. She slashed his car tires. She hacked into his Facebook account to read his messages. She would even show up at his house uninvited, staring through the windows. It got so bad that Travis actually told his friends something chilling. He said, "If I ever wind up dead, don't ask who did it. Jodi did it." By June 2008, they had officially broken up, but they were still hooking up. Jodi decided to visit him one last time, but this trip was different. She rented a car, dyed her blonde hair brown, and packed gas cans. Why gas cans? Because she wanted to avoid credit card trails at gas stations. She was planning to commit the perfect crime. She arrived at Travis's house on June 4th. They spent the day together and everything seemed fine until they went into the bathroom for a photo shoot. June 9th, 2008. 5 days had passed since anyone heard from Travis. His friends, worried about his silence, decided to go to his house in Mesa. They found the door unlocked, but the house was quiet until they reached the master bedroom and smelled something terrible. What they found in the bathroom was a scene from a horror movie.
Oh my God.
911 emergency.
Hi, this is AJ with the transfers. She's calling from 11428. East Queensboro. Ma'am, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, that's 11428 East Queensboro Avenue in Mesa?
Yes.
Okay, what's going on?
What?
What's going on?
A friend of ours is dead in his bedroom. We hadn't heard from him for a while. We think he's dead. His roommate just went in there and said there's lots of blood. I didn't go in, but I can give you the phone to someone who went in there.
Yes, please, can you?
Hello.
Hi, so what's going on?
He's dead. He's in his bedroom.
Okay.
In the shower.
Travis was found in the shower, brutally murdered. This wasn't just a simple attack. It was overkill. He had been stabbed 27 times. His throat was slit so deeply it was almost decapitated. And finally, he was shot in the head. Police immediately knew one thing. This wasn't a robbery. Nothing was stolen. This was personal. This was rage. And who had the most rage towards Travis? The police called Jodi. When Detective Flores called Jodi to tell her Travis was dead, she gasped. She cried. She asked, "Is this a joke?" She played the role of the devastated ex-girlfriend perfectly. She told police she hadn't seen Travis in months. She said she was on a road trip to Utah to visit another guy. She had driven there straight from the murder scene to meet a new love interest Ryan Burns. She acted totally normal with him, even as Travis's body was decomposing in a shower, just a state away. But police found her bloody palm print at the scene. They brought her in.
I got lost. It's bad timing. I'm not guilty. I didn't hurt Travis. If I hurt Travis, if I killed Travis, I would beg for the death penalty. I'm not a murderer.
I was thinking, oh, is she really telling the truth? Do I not have the right person? Snapped back into it and said, no, I've got the right person. She's just a really good liar.
Were you at Travis's house on Wednesday?
Absolutely not. I was nowhere near Mesa.
Faced with evidence, Jodi changed her story. And this is where it gets ridiculous. She told Detective Flores that she was there, but they were attacked by 2 masked intruders, like ninjas. According to Jodi, 2 random people broke in. They didn't steal anything. They didn't hurt Jodi. They just killed Travis brutally, let Jodi live, and ran away. It sounded like a bad movie script. She cried. She hyperventilated. She begged the detective to believe her. But there was a huge problem with her ninja story. Jodi thought she had cleaned up everything. She washed the blood, she deleted the photos from the camera, and she threw the camera in the washing machine to destroy it. But she made a mistake. A digital mistake. While investigating the crime scene, police found something strange inside the washing machine. Hidden among the bloody clothes and towels, there was a small digital camera. It had been run through a full wash cycle, submerged in water and detergent. Jodi thought she was smart. She believed the water would destroy the evidence forever. But technology is stubborn. Police sent the memory card to a forensic lab, and what they recovered shocked everyone. Every single photo taken that day was still there. The photos told a haunting story. At 1 p.m., we see a loving couple, Travis and Jodi, smiling, intimate, taking photos in the shower. Everything looks normal. They look happy. Then, at 5:29 p.m., the photos change. Travis is alone in the shower. He's posing, looking relaxed. But if you look closely at his eyes, you can see the reflection of the person taking the photo, Jodi. And then, chaos. At 5:33 p.m., just 4 minutes later, the camera captures a blurry image of the ceiling, then a foot, then blood on the floor. In the struggle, Jodi had dropped the camera and it accidentally snapped photos of the murder as it happened. There were no ninjas, no intruders. The timestamps proved Jodi was there the entire time. She took photos of him alive 1 minute and photos of him dying the next. This camera was the smoking gun that destroyed her entire defense. Faced with these undeniable photos, Jodi had no choice but to change her story again. And this time, she came up with the most controversial defense of all, self-defense. But before we get to the courtroom drama, we have to talk about her bizarre behavior in the interrogation room. When confronted with the photos, Jodi realized the ninja story wouldn't work anymore. So she changed her narrative again. This time, she claimed self-defense. She said Travis attacked her first, and she had to kill him to save her own life. Think about it. She stabbed him 27 times, slit his throat, and shot him in the head. In self-defense? And then she cleaned up the scene, deleted photos, and went on a date? It didn't add up. Detectives left Jodi alone in the interrogation room for hours to see what she would do. Most suspects pace around, cry, or pray, but Jodi? She treated it like a yoga studio. Look at this clip. She literally does a headstand against the wall. And it gets weirder. She starts singing Christmas carols to herself. Oh, holy night, while being investigated for a brutal murder. She checks her hair in the reflection of a trash can. She talks to herself saying, "You should have done your makeup, Jodi." Psychologists analyze this behavior as a sign of extreme narcissism and detachment. She wasn't worried about Travis. She wasn't worried about prison. She was worried about how she looked on camera. When asked why she didn't call 911 if it was self-defense, Jodi used a classic excuse. She called it the fog. She claimed her memory went blank during the attack due to trauma. She conveniently remembered everything before and after the murder, but not the murder itself. But there was one man who wasn't buying her act, prosecutor Juan Martinez. And when the trial began, he was ready to tear her story apart piece by piece. Get ready for the most explosive courtroom showdown ever. But before the trial started, Jodi did something unthinkable. She actually invited the media into the jail for an interview. Look at her, wearing prison stripes, yet worrying about her makeup and hair. She was so confident, she even said, "No jury will ever convict me." She thought she was untouchable, but she had no idea what was coming for her. The trial began in 2013, and it was a media circus. Jodi completely transformed her appearance. She wore glasses, modest clothes. She was trying to look like a harmless librarian, not a cold-blooded killer. But prosecutor Juan Martinez wasn't fooled. He attacked her story relentlessly. He pointed out her lies regarding the ninjas. He mocked her foggy memory. He even made her demonstrate exactly how she allegedly killed Travis in self-defense. On May 8, 2013, the jury reached a verdict: guilty of first-degree murder. The courtroom erupted in emotion. Travis's family finally got justice after 5 long years. Jodi looked shocked. Her act was over. She was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. She will spend the rest of her life behind bars, staring at 4 walls, instead of a camera lens. So, what do you guys think? Was Jodi Arias a calculated manipulator from day one, or did something snap inside her? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe to Story Jungle for more true crime stories. See you in the next one. Bye!